The Ottawa Senators come in at the 8th spot in the Core 4 Under-24 team rankings for the second consecutive season. This is a ranking of all 32 NHL teams based strictly on their talent under the age of 24 as of the start of the season. Jake Sanderson has shown steady improvement in his first 3+ NHL seasons. Craig, do you believe this is a player who will challenge for Norris trophies in his career?
Well, I think he can get into the conversation, Gino. I don't think there's any question. I mean, you watch how Jake plays the game with his skating, with his initiative, and he's got some really good offensive abilities. But you got to get into the conversation first, and I think that he's clearly behind a number of players right now. That doesn't mean he can't move forward into that regard, but his contemporaries are Cale Makar and Quinn Hughes, and he's nowhere near that level. And they seem to be two players right now that could own the Norris Trophy for a number of seasons. Jake has tremendous ability. He's a top defender in the National Hockey League. The Ottawa Senators are happy to have him. I don't think he has to be defined of it, and if he'll challenge for Norris trophies, because what he does for the Ottawa Senators is significant.
All right, Timmy Stutzle's career-high 90-point season was 3 years ago, Craig. What's the key for him to not only get back to that level of production, but to possibly exceed it?
Yeah, I think if he gets near that level, it'll be something that's really significant. I think for Tim Stutzle, with the talent that he has and the talent that he's shown, it's not easy to get a point a game in the National Hockey League. It's a hard league to produce in, and despite the immense talent of Tim Stutzle, I think getting into the 75, 80-point range is realistic for him. I don't see him exceeding it. If it does, it's going to be a career year. Why do you have a career year? Because you haven't done it, and you're probably not going to do it again. So the 90 points might be the bar that he has set for himself, and that's a high bar. But if you get 75 to 80 points in this league on a consistent basis, I think that's significant. I think that's the range that Tim Stutzle should be aiming for, and I think if he finds that on a consistent basis, he'll be happy, and certainly the Ottawa Senators will be happy.
Look, there's no questioning the talent of Sanderson and Stutzle, but should Sens fans be at all concerned about the relative lack of high-end depth coming down their pipeline?
I would say no, Gino. You know, Carter Yakimchuk is a right shot defenseman with a booming shot that they're looking to add to their blue line. We just talked about Jake Sanderson. Jake Sanderson, Thomas Chabot, really good blue liners. Yakimchuk can balance that out. They have a young group of players. When they were young, we were wondering when they were going to take the next step. Now that they've taken the next step, we're wondering, well, should they be concerned about not having young players? Bottom line is, this is a really good organization. They're moving upwards, and I don't think there's any reason for them to be concerned about the lack of real top-end talent, because the top-end talent is playing for the Ottawa Senators right now.
Fair enough. Check TSN.ca and TSN's YouTube page all week for extensive coverage of this year's Core 4 Under-24 project.